Well, good evening, my friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another live CGC unboxing. Last week I had a canned episode. It was my birthday, and I figured I'd do it ahead of time. And from time to time, I probably will do canned videos. But today I'm here with you live, so I'm glad to be here with you. A few people already here in the chat room. Welcome, guys. I'm Kevin. I'm the Comic Doctor. I'm also an authorized CGC dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, and like I said, every week, Tuesday nights, that's the night I come on here and I share with you many of the books that come back from CGC from all of you, my amazing clients. Today I have I have two boxes. A third box arrived today. I'm going to share that one box with you right now. Guys, I'm the Comic Doctor. Okay, we all know that. I ship books to CGC, as I said. But as you know, CGC also grades cards, like, collector cards, sports cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, you name it, they grade it. And they also do video games. They do VHS cassettes now. They've now started to do, what do you call those, pulp magazines, which I'm just working on. I just worked on 10 more pulp magazines tonight. But today I want to talk to you a bit about, really quickly, before I get into the comics, because I get this question a lot. Kevin, can you send some cards in for me? Well, here you go. Here's a box of cards that came back from CGC today. And as you can see, when I open it up, there's the invoice right there, little invoice, and one card in this whole box. This is the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It can hold 12 cards. I tell people, yes, happy to send cards in for you, video games, whatever, but you must understand, you'll notice there's no comic books in here, and they will not ship, CGC will not send these back with comic books. They will not send VHS tapes back with comic books. They will not send any magazines they do, because, I've kind of fought for that, but any other media, they will not do. So I tell people, yes, I can do it, but please understand, when they ship it back, it's going to be very expensive. This gentleman, I'll show you the card. You probably went, what card is it? Well, it was kind of worth it, right? It was a Gretzky rookie card, right there. This is for John out in Kingston. All right, and looks nicer than a 5.5, but I don't know cards very well, but it looks nicer than a 5.5. Anyhow, that shipping back from CGC for this one box, it came back express, will probably be upwards to $100 just for the one card. So it really, if you're going to do it, if you're going to send cards or VHS cassettes or video games, unless the media is very, is a key or an important piece that warrants coming back on its own, you may want to hold off until you get several, cards, maybe 15, 20 cards, because it's very expensive. The shipping is very, very expensive. And no matter how much I fight with CGC, and believe me, I fight with CGC, guys, I do. They won't combine it. They won't. I don't understand why. How hard would it have been to put, that one little, even that box? Why couldn't you just shove that box into the comic box? Anyways, there you go. First item tonight, a Wayne Gretzky rookie card. I'm glad it's back because John's books should be coming back very soon too. By the way, guys, if you're new here, obviously we talk about comic books and what's happening in the world of comics. And tonight I have two excellent boxes, like I said. And I always love to start us off with a 9.8, and it happened. I swear I didn't look for the 9.8. It was the first book in the box. Here we go. Let me go to my overhead cam. And if you are new here, guys, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can join us over in the chat section. You can see the chat section's already kind of doing its thing right now. I head over there in between, every once in a while to say hi to everybody, and I'll answer any questions you might have about the comic book collecting world, pressing, grading, what you name it. Happy to answer any questions you might have. So you can do that in the chat section. But again, you must be a subscriber to do so. Hit that subscribe button and join us over there. And if you're new here, let us know where you're writing in from, because I always like to see where you guys are writing in from. Okay, let's get going here, because I got a lot of people in the chat room there, and I'm sure you want to see what books are here. We start off with a modern 9.8, Spawn 301. Of course, it's a cover swipe from, I believe, Spider-Man, ASM 301. We also have, now this could be a pre-screen. I don't remember anymore. We have a Spider-Man number 7, first appearance of Spider-Boy, also in a 9.8, which is something I like to see. We also have, a Venom number 3, first full appearance of Null, in a 9.8. I think some of these are pre-screen. Let's see, because I see a little box there with rejects in it. So I have a feeling a few of these are pre-screens. Reholders, moderns, reholder, high value. Yeah, a selection of these were pre-screen. About 10 of them were pre-screen. So I have a feeling these are from that. Okay, so we also have a Gen 13 limited series, first title entirely devoted to Gen 13, and a 9.8 as well, right there. And a Captain America 275 in a 9.8. We also have some Ultimate Fallouts. We have a couple of 9.6s. Now these books, again, I have a lot of American clients, as you know, and if you're from the States today, how you doing? These ones here were supposed to go to California, to Mr. D. Unfortunately, they did not go there. They ended up here. This has been happening more often than I like to admit. So I have to contact CGC. And by the way, these are both grade bumps. I think these were 8.5 and either a 9 and 8.5 or 2.85s or what have you. I don't have these are Robert's books. So, hey, Robert, how you doing? They're here. They're safe. And I'll be shipping books out tomorrow. In fact, I'm planning on doing a shipping day starting at tomorrow, shipping out probably on Thursday or Friday. So those are whose books I currently have. I'm planning on doing a shipping day this week. Shipping days take up a full day, guys, believe it or not. So that's why I don't do them every week, because I don't have the time. But I pick a day every couple of weeks, every 2.5 weeks, and I do a shipping day. So that's happening. Now, like I said, the stack is too high, so I'll go over to the chat room and see what you guys are talking about. Let's go over there. I see Lord Thoth was the first one here today. All hail, Lord Thoth. Thank you for being here. Where is my chat window? There it is. Okay. Lord Thoth's here. How you doing, Lord? All the way from Ottawa. Brian's here. How you doing, Brian? A Ranger 4 Collectors this year as well. How you doing? John's here. How you doing? Mojo Quid is here. Been a while. How you doing, Mojo? Robert N is here. How are you, Robert? The P-Man is here. How you doing, Troy? Brad Koski. Oh boy, my Bruins are on. Are they? I hope they're not playing the Leafs, because they got their asses kicked the other day. Stuart Mulcahy is here. Mulcahy is here. Sorry. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? How you doing, Stuart? Good to see you. Sam says, nice to see you live. Welcome to hit and like the subscribe. Yes, please do. 33 or so of you in the room right now. Hit that like button if you wouldn't mind. It helps with the analytics. Hey, everyone. Dave says, they did that with my Hulk 81 too. One book for that big box. Maybe they do that for big ticket items. What am I missing here, Dave? What was I talking about? I forget what we were talking about. What you were talking about there, but it'll come back to me in a second. That's how short-term memory I have at nighttime. They just announced a Zelda live action. That book will be hot. Oh boy, I've been pressing a lot of those Zelda number 1s. So yeah, congratulations to anybody who has those. Noobovsky says, the Shogun trailer was amazing, looking good. Yes, it did look pretty cool. I saw that last week. A Ranger says, I found an X-Men 1 at the flea market showcase. We'll be sending it next week with the other 24 oldies. Wow, you found an X-Men 1. Excellent. Congratulations. That's amazing. Detroit. Okay, Brad's in the Detroit area. Cool. I just picked up a DD 158 9.6 white page. Beautiful, underrated book. All those Daredevil, those Frank Miller generation Daredevil books are heating up. So congratulations. That's great. If you can grab those books, a good time to get them. Huge gray bumps. Wow. On the thank you, on the Ultimate Fallouts. Yeah, those are pretty good. We usually have really good luck with Ultimate Fallouts. If you have an Ultimate Fallout in a lower grade, like an 8, 8.5, I'm taking 8.5s to 9.8s on those books. They just press out really well. But the trick is the spine has to be impeccable, right? The spine has to be impeccable. The damage on the book is usually the back, the subscription crease, the polybag crease. I shouldn't say subscription crease, but the polybag crease, and of course any nice finger dents. Finger dents are the best. Non-color breaking finger dents can come out no problem. So those books can really be improved. So if you do have a copy of Ultimate Fallout 4 or books from that generation, yeah, we can get some great results with those. Although that book has come down in value quite a bit. You can pick up a 9.8 now for around $1,500, I think. The Leafs won last night, Kev. Did they? Okay. I've been watching. I've been hearing through my son and my brother. No time to sit down and watch a 2.5 hour game. I wish. Bad Hombre, targeting comic books like a wolf. Now's the time. Like, Bad Hombre is 100% right. And by the way, if you're listening to me and Bad Hombre carry on a few weeks ago, I found his books the very next day. I knew I would. They had to be in one spot, and they were there. I had to take a real deep dive into it. You gotta understand, when I moved to the new shop, a lot of books kind of got put in kind of like, I wouldn't say storage. I have storage at my shop. And I looked through them quickly. But anyways, I didn't see them originally, but they were there. So very happy to report. But yeah, like he said, Bad Hombre's 100% right. Now is a good time to be buying books, guys. I don't want to give you the names of some of the books I'm targeting, but I'm targeting a couple myself. I'm watching a few books that I already own, but I want to get in a 9.8, and because the prices have just come down like dramatically, so it's a good time. Show me that Spawn 174, good sir. Okay, we'll see. It might be in here. It should be here. Dave, it was the one Gretzky card. Oh, I see. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. That's right. They did do that. But with your book, they weren't supposed to do that. They didn't. They don't do it when they're supposed. See what Dave's talking about. Dave had a Hulk 181. It went out about a couple of months back. And that book was supposed to come back with, I get boxes of 25. But they decided to ship the book back by itself to me. So basically, the one box is like, $120 for one box. That pisses me off because they know that I'm a multi-ship client. What's really irritating about CGC shipping is that, like I'm telling you guys, when I send out everybody's shipping label, if there are special instructions, I always, in bold, I write. Like, for example, those 2 Ultimate Fallouts, I clearly indicated on the submission form, please return, and I put my client's address on the form, and I put, please return these books directly to my client in the United States. Exclamation, using CGC's in-house FedEx service. So what do? They ignore everything I say and they ship it back to me. It happened with Stephen F's books as well a few weeks back. And it's aggravating because, again, it just adds to my to-do list. Now I have to pack up those 2 books. I have to email CGC, try to get a credit because I have to pay for the shipping now to send these back to him in California. So it's really aggravating. Actually, it's very aggravating. It's just more work than necessary. If they would just read the damn submission form that I submit, it'd be nice, but they don't. Okay, what else we have here? Nubovsky says, if anyone wants to sell UF4 for a reasonable price, yeah, I don't know if people are selling. People might be holding on to them right now, right? But yeah, good time to pick one up. Like I said, I think the current auction prices are around 1,500 US, give or take. The book was going close to 3,000 for a while there. Pat Sherwood's here. How you doing, Pat? Good to see you. All right, and Brad says if it's going to be one hockey card, might as well be Gretzky. Listen, I knew that was going to happen with the card, and I warned the owner. I said it's going to be shipped back by itself, so you're going to incur that fee all in itself. And I chose I had asked a couple of friends, but we chose to use CGC over Beckett's and PSA because the turnaround times there are too crazy, and CGC's card returns are pretty good. So anyway, let's go back to the cards, or to the comics. Got more. We got a Spider-Man number 12 and a 9.8. I would imagine these are still some of those pre-screens. We have another Spider-Man 7 and there's another one and a 9.8. And yet these, I think, these are in Nils books, I believe. And a 9.8. Okay, and... Oh. Okay. All right, now I'm going to tell you right now, I've got some... I don't know if I have anything to cover these up with. Maybe I'll do... I haven't covered these up before, but I've got some naughty books. Kimmy sent me some naughty books. And these naughty books went to CGC about a month ago, and they are now back. If you like naughty books, here we go. It's all, you'll see. Anyways, I might cover them up because they're pretty graphic. I know we're all grown-ups here, but I don't want kids coming on here and seeing this stuff. And let's see. I think I've got some tape here I can maybe... Yeah, let's see. There's only, I think, 3 of them. So, actually, you know what? I'll go like... Yeah, these are pretty... I wish I had a little sticky tabs or something. Do I have sticky tabs here? Thought I did. All right. I'll use some tape. Sorry, guys. I'm being a prude here. It has to be done. So we got a Power Hour Black Ops Publishing Master of Cosplay Foil Edition. This is a Tila nude. Right there in a 9.8. All right. How many we got? How many we got? We got 4 of them. Okay. Then we have. I'm going to keep this on the bag. Then we have a Power Hour Preview Edition. Another one. This is the Beach Princess Edition. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be, but I'll leave the bag on this. Let's see if it works. There we go. So I can just pull it off the bag easy. Right there. Yeah, they're boobies. So we get a 9.4 on that one. We have a naughty Star Wars one now with Princess Leia and another in a slave girl outfit minus the top, along with another one of Jabba's slave girls right there in a 9.6. And then another one. We have another one of those. I'm not sure it's Barbie or who it's supposed to be, but it's very well endowed character. There we go there. There you go, guys. Sorry, I'm being a bit of a prude tonight. I just don't want to get demonetized or get in trouble for putting on images that might not be acceptable. So there you go. And there was a time there where CGC, I don't think we're grading these types of books. I remember sending something in early on when I first became a authorized submission center with CGC, and I sent stuff in. They sent it back, and so they wouldn't do it. But now, obviously times have changed. Let's put those away. I'm gonna put those right away, and then I'll get to your chat room while I take the tape off. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm sure you've seen my little advert there. November 11th came really, really fast. So this Saturday, if you are in the GTA, in the Greater Toronto area, and you have books you've been thinking about sending to auction, a great opportunity is available to you through Comic Link. Comic Link has a Canadian rep by the name of Matt Newell. He is going to be setting up shop at my shop this Saturday between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. and taking comic books in for upcoming auctions. Now, there are more details to go along with that. So if you have books you've been thinking about selling or auctioning off, I should say, this might be a good opportunity for you because the only costs that will be incurred by you is 10% of the hammer price. That's it. So if the book sells for, $200, you're on the hook for 20. That's kind of how it's going to be. Comic Link has graciously offered to cover all shipping to their facility. And what's kind of cool about that, what's cool about Comic Link and Heritage and Comic Connect and all the other auction houses is that you don't have to deal with the buyer, right? And I have heard nothing but horror stories about people on eBay dealing with buyers who are unhappy with their purchase, or the book came cracked, or you didn't pack it proper, and then the big rigmarole that follows. What's nice about using one of these auction houses in the U.S. is that they take care of it all. Once you give them the book and it sells, you get what it sells for, and then you just don't have to worry about it anymore. All you do is wait, sit back and wait for the check to arrive. I honestly have never used any of these auction houses. I met Matt years ago when he worked with Heritage. Then he was at Fan Expo. We got to talking, and I thought, we have a lot of clients who've often asked, have you ever used, one of these auction services? And I said, why don't we set something up where you can come by the shop and have a talk with people and take submissions? And again, they offered to do free shipping. That was kind of cool. And 10%, I believe, is a good rate. So anyways, again, I get nothing from this. I just thought it'd be a cool service for you guys. I want to bring people to my shop. That's what I want to do. So hopefully you guys have some books. But please go over to my website, comicdoctor.com, and click on the Comic Link link that's on the homepage there, and read all the details, because there are some stipulations that go along with this, okay? There are some minimums that you have to be aware of. So please do that. All right, let me go to... I'm kind of talking too much here. Let's see here. A lot of people here today. Wow. Okay. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Hey, Kev, how are you and your daughter progressing through pickup notifications? I got some books with you for a bit to pick up and some more to bring in. I think your books are all here, Brian. In fact, I did a texting yesterday to let people know that your books, their books are back, and your name wasn't in my list. So I have a feeling sometimes she can't find the envelopes, and I have to go back and double check, and I think that's what's happened. I know your giant size is back, and a bunch of your other stuff's back, so I have to check that. It probably won't be until tomorrow, though. But I will check that, Brian. If it's all here, by the way, you have stuff here. If you want to come down, you're always more than welcome to come down and drop stuff off, and I'll bring what I have. But I have a feeling most, if not all, of your stuff's back. But I'm not guaranteeing it because I don't have it right in front of me. Okay, Brouhaha's here. How you doing, Brouhaha? Robert N. I have been looking for that Miles and Gwen cover. It's right here. Brad says, show them naughty books. Woohoo, my virgin eyes. Yes, I feel terrible exposing you all to that smut. I need a cheap thrill. Boobies, taping it. I had to. It's like putting pasties on there, right, guys? The art is good when you can still see the nipples through the tape. You can see the nipples through the tape. That's pretty thick tape. You got good eyes. Brad says, man at arms must be rolling in his grave. He might be, but I think Adam's feeling pretty good. I think Prince Adam is feeling just fine. Moneyball. Moneyballs here. How's it going? No way I caught the Comic Doctor Live. Moneyball, how you doing? Guys, if you are not following Moneyball Comics, get on over to Moneyball Comics. He has a YouTube channel, and I'd like to follow him on Instagram because he does this really cool... thing where he'll pick a comic book. I think I said something else there. Just ignore that. He picks a comic book, a random comic book sometimes, and he'll say, all right, the book at a CGC 9.8 is worth this. The raw value is worth this. You want to try to buy it for this. And he kind of gives you a good guide as to what you should be paying for specific books. So check him out. I find it very enjoyable to scroll through all the different comics he's featuring. And it's not usually the run-of-the-mill comics you see all the time. Sometimes there's some pretty obscure books on there. Modern books mostly, but whatever. Again, there are many obscure modern books out there, and he goes through them. That's pretty cool. So be sure to check him out. When I finally get around to doing interviews on this channel, which I'm going to do, it's going to happen, I promise, at some point. He's a guy I'm going to definitely have on here, if he'll come. I don't know if he will or not, but I'll definitely invite him. A Ranger for a Collector says, Doc, I have a few 9496 signed CDC yellow labels. Can they be cracked to resubmit? They were not cleaned or pressed. The only way I can I'm a signatures series facilitator. The only way I can crack a CGC signature series label is if you're going to add an additional signature to that label. So if you've got, say, a Stan Lee signature on there, no problem, but you got to add another signature, then I can do it. But if you just want to take that slab, crack it, press and clean it, and send it in, they won't let us do that. They used to let dealers do that. They no longer do that. You have to go to their own in-house pressing service, unfortunately. Brad says, Comic Doctor and Dirty Hour. You're going to run out of painters. Where's Brad? Brad says, you've crossed over. No going back now. Oh, great. You'll get a green label. Yeah, an X-rated label. Bad Hombre says, I got me some of those Penthouse Comics magazines. Great art. Yeah. Sam says, I got my art ready for Matt. See you Saturday, Kevin. Yeah, good to see you in the shop, Sam, for sure. And yeah, by the way, Comic Link not only takes comic books, they take original art, and they'll also take VHS cassettes, video games, toys. Again, check out my website for for cutoffs and values that you're needed to have. And what's cool about Comic Link too is that, and I believe most auction houses will do this. If you have a significant collection, they'll cover the costs of grading the books, pressing the books, all that stuff, all those upfront costs. If your end goal is to auction your books and you don't want to go through the rigmarole of doing all that, they'll do it for you. Now, of course, they're not going to do it for free. You're going to have to pay for that. But oftentimes, I know for a fact that Comic Link actually offers the CGs their discount, which is awesome. I don't offer my discount. I can't. That's how I can do this. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. But they offer the CGC discount. So if you get them to grade your books for you, they'll actually give you their CGC discount as well, which is pretty cool. And they take that value off. Once the auction is done, they just basically subtract the fees that you've incurred for grading or whatever. So that's something to consider as well too, whether for now or for later. Okay. Do they grade hardcore? I don't think so, Brad. A Ranger says, anything but beaver shots they don't grade. There you go. Bad Hombre says, it's only 10% if books is 100 or more when it sells. If less than that, for example, the minimum fee is 10. So if your book sells for 50, you pay 10. Perhaps, I'm not sure. That sounds right to me, but I can tell you right now, for them to cover, again, this is all on my website. You probably should just go there and read that. You can call Matt up to or email him. He can explain all this to you as well. But they did tell me that for this offer, it's for new clients, and the minimum value of your comic, they don't want to see anything under 150 US in value, and they want a total submission of 3,000 US. So if you've got like 3 books that value $300, this offer won't work for you, unfortunately. They want to see a minimum submission value of $3,000 US, with the items being worth at least 150 US per item. Okay, that's it. James is here. How you doing, James? For Comic Link, are these for brand new clients? Because I sold some books with them 15 years ago. Give Matt a call. James, give Matt a call and see what he says. Because you haven't been there. You haven't done any work with him for a long time. Give him a call. His phone number is at my website. Give him a call tomorrow morning, or send him an email or a text. And just ask him that, because I can't answer that question for you, because again, this is all I'm doing is offering a roof and a table, and that's it. So you should talk to him. Okay, let's keep going. We got lots of comics here, guys. And here we have Frank sent these books in. Frank loves his custom labels, and he wanted, I think he has another one of these as well too. He's got a Secret Wars 8. In a 9.8. Beautiful. And this is a gorgeous one here. He picked up this book. It did not have the custom label, but now it does. I don't understand why the label doesn't seem like it's sitting properly, but we'll see about that. I'm getting tired of this nonsense too. Quality control at CGC is kind of irritating. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, it looks fine. No problem with that, but look at this. I just noticed this now. Now, and remember, I sent these books for Frank, high value reslab. It wasn't cheap to get them to crack it, put the new labels in. But look at this. This is the part that bothers me here. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's square. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem as... Shouldn't that be a little more square? I could be... Maybe I'm being a little picky. It just... It doesn't look like it's seated properly in the slab. It does from the front. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Frank thinks. But, yeah, I don't know. They both kind of look like that. All right, anyway, gorgeous books, though. So congrats, Frank, on those. Boy, Ultimate Fallouts. I have a feeling these were crack compressors. But, again, I won't know until I, 9.8. 9.8. 2 9/8s. I gotta be honest, we've been cracking and pressing. The two books I think I saw the most of this year, like high value books, would be this one right here, the Ultimate Fallout 4, and the Hulk 181s. I've seen tons of Hulk 181s. All right, we also have a ASM 300. Sam, I think this ASM 300 is taken over for the ASM 361s. We see them in almost every unboxing now, and we hardly ever see the first appearance of Carnage now, do we? Okay, let's keep going here. We got that. Oh, wait till you see the end of this box, guys. We got an 8.5 copy of ASM 298. And we have 299 and a 9.4. I didn't really check that properly for cracks. Looks pretty good. We have an 8.0. Oh, yeah. Spoke too soon. I shouldn't have said nothing. Shouldn't have said a damn thing. Where is it? Right there. Where is it? Right there. Got me a crack. It's the first crack I've had in a while. Anyways, 8.0 ASM 301. That'll be going back. I'll put it over here. Next submission, next CGC submission will be heading out early next week. Early next week. I'm working on it probably over the weekend. I want to surprise you with the last one. It's really nice. It's a book you don't see in this grade. I'm going to check these books all out, though, make sure there's no other chips or cracks on them, because usually it comes in... It usually comes in pairs. Nubovsky says, I only used like Hustler for Beaver Hunt. Let's be real. Rafa Philandro. Hello, Rafa. How you doing? Good to see you. You know most of guys are going to be cracking jokes. Big kids. That's okay. Guys, joke around, have fun. That's what I hope you would do, is have fun here. Sweet Sticker Wars 8. Astro Lucky says, the naughty book sent this off the rails for a moment there. Yeah, well, you know, we're used to seeing these all the time, right? These Ultimate Follows. We're not used to seeing, you know, ladies in the buff. All right, I'll pack these last two away. I want to show you this one book. It's the last book in this box. I sure hope there's no crack on it, because it was right beside. It followed the book with the crack, the 300 or 301 over there. Check this out. I don't think it's a super high value book, but nonetheless, you know, it probably isn't cheap, but it's a book you don't see very often. It's a white pager. I've never seen this book come out of here with a 9.8. Awesome. Iron Fist #1. Late 70s, right? 75, mid 70s, in a 9.8 white pager. That is freaking sweet. I forget whose book it is, but congratulations. You must know who you are, because I don't think I have any other Iron Fist #1s currently in queue at CGC, but that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, guys, that's box #1. Don't go anywhere. I've got box #2 coming right up. Again, if you are going to be in town this week, I'm not at the shop. I'm at the shop from 12 till 2 this weekend, not from 11 till... Sorry. I'm there from 12 to 5 this weekend. Because of Comic Link, I'm at the shop a little longer this weekend. So if you're in town, come on by. Charlo and Napur will be there upstairs at the Comic Loft as well. And you want to follow Charlo on Instagram. It's called The Comic Loft. because he's posting a lot of the stuff he has upstairs. He's featuring for sale, and he's got a real variety of goods. Christmas is on the way. If you've got that person who's really hard to buy for, he's got vintage Disney stuff. He's got old video games, comic books, trading cards, action figures, you name it. He's got it. His stuff is not as vintage as what I have there, but he still has a lot of really cool stuff. So you want to give him a follow on Instagram. Now, again, I'm just putting these other comics away, and then we will get to box number 2. Or I guess I should say box number 3, considering this was box number 1, wasn't it? All right, let's see here. What are you guys saying here? Rafa says, my favorite comic books I will have to get. Super Crooks, Mark Miller, Joker, Lee Bamijo, and Mr. Azzarello, Batman Year 1, 2, 3 volumes, Joe Gollum volume series, Harrow County series. Some good books in there, Rafa. That is for sure. When you say you'll have to get, these are books you are currently looking for? Is that what you mean? Moneyball says, love that Iron Fist one. Very cool. Oh, totally. It's something you don't see all the time. There you go. It's almost a $2,000 Canadian book, 1.4 US. And it's one of those books you see high grades, you get them at 9.4. Again, books from this vintage, even these X-Men books, hard to get them in a 9.8. But they're out there. Of course, they're out there. I just love seeing them. I don't think I've ever seen that book come back in 9.8. Not that I submit thousands of that book, but whenever I have, it's usually 9.2, 9.4, maybe the odd 9.6. I don't think I've ever seen a 9.8 in that book. You guys and your comments about the naughty books are getting me in trouble. My daughter came downstairs and said, what did they say about the tape? You got some explaining. Lucy, you got some explaining to do, right? Yeah. Sorry, Sam. Sorry. I contemplated even showing those things, but I thought the tape was good. Was a good enough. And of course, now I find the stick-it notes after it's too late. Look at this. Look what I found, guys. I didn't realize I had a couple more of these here. A couple more of my keychains from the grand opening. I got to order some more of these things. Maybe for Christmas. I'm planning on having a kind of a Black Friday type sale. So maybe I'll order some more stuff. I'll tell you one thing I do have to order. More t-shirts. Those things flew off the shelf, and I was a bit of a dummy there, and I ordered a bunch of smalls and mediums. And I guess I should have realized that most guys, like me, I haven't been a medium or a large in a very long time. Extra large, double X in some cases, and most of my clients are probably very much like me. So next time I'm going to be ordering a lot more large, extra large, and double extra large. For all of you. That's coming probably in the near future. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a lot of orders here as well. Lots of invoices. So lots of invoices means several different orders. Okay, we have these. Oh, I think some of these are Justin's books. And you know what? I told you I like to start the show off with 9.8s. I prefer, when possible, to start off with 9.9s. There you go. Creepshow 0 from 2019 and a 9.9. We have a Darkwing Duck number 1 and a 9.8. No idea who these belong to, my friend. I totally forget. Another Darkwing Duck. This is a sick looking cover. Look at this one. Wow. Look at that cover. That's a gorgeous cover. Darkwing Duck. What number is that? Number 1. It's a Crane variant cover in a 9.8. If there are any Darkwing Duck fans out there, I picked up a Darkwing Duck toy collection years ago, and it's going to be coming to the shop pretty soon. And I'm going to sell it as a whole. And it's got the ship, and it's got a bunch of the different characters. So if you're a Darkwing Duck fan, or you know someone who is, and you want to get them something real special for Christmas, I got to locate those vintage toys. Because Darkwing Duck was a 90s, was it a 90s or late 80s creation? And so yeah, I have the toys to go along with it. Anyway, let's keep going. We also have, okay, now here we have an X-Men 50. Finally came back. This is Ray's book. Ray from Montreal. Been waiting for this one. We got this back quite a while ago, actually, and it was restored, and he was like, where's the restoration? I couldn't really see it. We decided to send it back to CCS to have the resto removed. No luck. They did the pre-screen on it, and I guess they determined it would be too detrimental to the book itself, and so they sent it back purple. Sorry, Ray, we tried, my friend, we tried. And so your books will be coming back to you very soon too, because I know you've been waiting very patiently. Here we have an Avengers 57, signed by Stan Lee. This is a reslab for Justin, the 4.5. We've got a 9.8 Invincible number 2. You're just sitting there, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Got 41 of you in the house here, 42 of you. Be nice to get that like numbers up. Again, it does help with my analytics. I'm trying to get at least 500 views a video. I'm at around 350 to 450 right now. Hopefully this, weekly Tuesday night tradition will inspire that. We got a Michael Turner's Fathom number 0 in a 9.8 right there. We've got an 8.0 Secret Wars 8 newsstand edition. I'll just go like that because my stack is getting quite high. And I'll start packing it right up. While I have you here, guys, if I have done work for you guys, and only if I've done work for you, please don't do it unless I like to keep my Google reviews, with people that I've actually worked with. If you have time and you're happy with the work that I did for you, if you wouldn't mind going over to Google and leaving a Google review. I know it takes a little more time than usual because if you don't have a Google account, it's kind of hard to do. But if you have a Google account, I've done work for you, or me and my team have done work for you, and you're happy with the results, please go over there and leave me a review. I'm trying to get to 100. I'm so close. I'm 92. I got 92 reviews now. I'm trying to get to 100. That'd be fantastic. I'd certainly appreciate that. And let's go back to the chat while I pack these babies up. I'll leave the comics up because they're so nice. Astrolook is, ooh, cool. How much are the keychains? Oh, I see. I was giving them away for free at my shop. I had a kind of a re-grand opening about 3 weeks ago. And so I had some swag I was giving out, free t-shirts. And I had about 50 of these things made. I had 50 of them made. And these are 2 samples I found left over. Yeah. So I'll get some more of these made. These will make great little giveaways here in the channel too. They're really cool. A little Comic Doctor name on the back, and it has, he made all kinds of. This is from a fella out in the Kingston area, not Kingston, Belleville, I think, which is about 45 minutes to an hour from here. And he makes these really cool keychains. Other guys are doing them too. The quality is really quite fun. So yeah, people like them. So I got to get more of them made. P-Man, one of my favorites, along with these two. I love actually, funny enough, they're here together. I love these 2 comics together. Look at that. I love when Marvel would do that monochromatic, that red and variations of red, or green and the variations of green. I love those covers. And these are not the only 2, obviously. There are other covers, especially in the 1960s, where they focus on, they used a main color, and I love it. So yeah, this one and the Polaris issue of X-Men, 2 of my favorite covers. It's funny how they just happen to be side by side right there. And the red and green, get just in time for Christmas, right there. Absolutely love it. Joey, good seeing you. Darkwing Duck is 90s, washed it after school. That's what I thought. I thought it was 90s. Joey, I had a t-shirt for you on Saturday because you're somebody who actually would fit into a small t-shirt, and I meant to give it to you, but we were kind of carrying on. So next time. I got a few left. Jay says, hey, Kevin, what month are you working on? Funny thing, Jay. We're mistakenly into September. And we should be finishing up some August books. Again, with the move, I had a couple of books in storage, or a few stacks of books in storage. And I started August, went to the end of August, and we're into September, but I kind of skipped over quite a few August orders. So we're going back to finish those August orders. So we're August, September right now. Now, guys, is actually a really good time. I know I have a couple of dealers who are going to be dropping off. I'm just going to say lots of books very soon. So if you have books you want to get done, now is a good time. Our turnaround time for pressing, cleaning, and CGC grading and the shipping back and forth, the whole kit and caboodle, everything, you're looking at about 3.5 months right now. 3.5, maybe 4 at the absolute most right now, if the books come in like today. So compare that to what I was doing this time last year. It was like more like 9 months. So, the market has shifted, obviously. Times have changed. This is actually it's crazy that I still have enough work for myself and the team, which is good. But the wait times have shrunk. Instead of people handing in 50 books, I'm getting, 15 books, right? And that's to be expected considering so much, how the market has shifted and changed so much. But it is a really good time to get books in right now. I might do a Black Friday special for pressing modern books. I'm on the fence. I got to think about that. I'm not sure yet. I will have Black Friday, or maybe I'll do I'll cover I'm also even working on, for all you friends of mine that are not local, because I get a lot of clients that are from, the West Coast and East Coast, and a lot of American clients as well too. I'm thinking about integrating something where I'll either help with the shipping or cover your shipping to me. But I have to look into it a little further, and it's not so hard with the Canadian side. To create shipping labels for fellow Canadians is pretty simple. It's the American thing that might be the issue, the customs things. That's why I feel bad for my American compadres. But for my West Coast clients and my East Coast clients, I can probably help with the shipping. But that's something I'm thinking about for the new year. So keep that in mind. All right, what are you guys saying here? Brad says, Turner passed away at such a young age, just as he was getting. Turner. Who are we talking about? Turner passed away at such a young age, just as he was getting into his stride. Okay, why am I forgetting who that is? I should know that probably. P-Man says, Google review left. Oh, thank you so much, Troy. I really do appreciate that. I do. That's fantastic. I'll get there. Get to 100 before Christmas, hopefully. Love seeing those Stan signatures. Yeah, I know. There were a lot of them. Out there. Okay, let's keep going here. Couple more very popular books. Books I see quite frequently here, believe it or not. A nice copy of, a lower grade copy of Avengers number 2. Right there. This one, actually, I'm glad to see this one came back. A nice grade. This is also, I believe, Justin's book, 8.0 on this Tales to Astonish classic cover, number 93 with the Silver Surfer, I should say. All right, we got a first appearance of Wonder Man, Avengers number 9, right there. You guys are going to want to, hit that notification bell, because on Tuesday next week, I know what's coming down the rail. I know of a certain book that's heading back, a very rare book, a book you don't see very often, and it's heading back. So I want to share that with you on Tuesday. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a superhero book. It's a book. It's a comic, but not a superhero comic. And it's a book you don't see very often. It's a very rare book, a beautiful book. Here we got a Green Lantern 87 and a 6.5. What else we got here? We also have another 6.5. First appearance of the Silver Age Two-Face and a 6.5 as well. I think I've got an 8.0 of this somewhere. Right. Getting kind of high here, guys. I'll do one more, and then we'll get some Silver Age. Nothing wrong with ending the night with Silver Age, right? Here we have a 5.0 Silver Surfer number 4. Another book I have to add to my collection. I got to be careful saying books that I want to add to my collection, because Frank came to my shop the other day to pick up his collection of books. He had, almost like 40 books to pick up. And, of course, one of the books on there, what issue? Guys, help me. It was the first appearance of Black Bolt. Fantastic 440 something. I always forget the number. Anyways, he had it. And he goes, hey, you want to trade? And of course, I ended up trading a bunch of his FF books for a signature series book I had, a Spawn #1 that I had signed by Todd McFarlane. So when I say that, I gotta be careful because guys are gonna come into my shop and want to trade. I don't want to trade. I don't. I just want to sell my books that I got. I don't want no more. But the only saving grace is I got the book. I got the first Black Bolt, but it was only a 4. I was hoping to get a bit higher grade, like an 8. So I may sell that one anyways. But anyhow, thank you, Frank. And for those of you who have one of these, just don't tell me. Just keep them, okay? I don't want to buy any more books. Okay, let's go over to the chat room one more time, and then we'll finish this up after that. And if you want, we can talk really quickly about, if you want to, The Marvels trailer that dropped this morning or last night. It dropped. If you haven't watched it yet, go over to you while you're on YouTube right now. Open up another tab, put me on hold, and watch that trailer, the final teaser trailer, and tell me what you think, because it's got some things going on up here. But we can talk about that at the end if you want. If you guys want to stick around for a few minutes after the unboxing, we can shoot the shit about that. Okay, let's go to the chat room really quick here. Moneyball says, just left the Comic Doctor. Oh, thanks. A review on the Google. There was not a 6-star review option, so I went with the full 5. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Thank you very much, Moneyball Comics. Certainly appreciate that. And Moneyball left me a great review on his channel, which I was so humbled to receive when you did that. It was great. So I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for leaving that review tonight. Daniel says, Michael Turner. And by the way, what I'm going to do when I hit 100, I'm going to do a draw. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 100, and whoever is on I think I can just count the reviews. I'm going to give a $100 gift certificate or credit towards an order, a pressing order. So there you go. But I have to hit 100 first. I'm not there quite yet. Almost, though. I must be at 94 or 95 now. Michael Turner. Daniel M. Who's Michael Turner? What am I missing here? Michael Turner. Hold on. Michael Turner. Oh. Okay, guys. I'm going to confess something to you guys right now. Maybe you already know this about me. And those of you who've met me in person are going to find this very hard to believe because my physique is so athletic. I know very little about sports. I am not a sports guy at all. I know a bit about hockey only because my father-in-law, my son are into hockey. My brother's a huge hockey fan, and they're all sportos. And I'm this oddball, weird nerd guy. I like going to hockey games. I like going to see the Leafs play. I like watching hockey on TV. But when it comes to football, I have no clue. My nephew's a huge football player and fan. My brother-in-law's huge into football. My niece's boyfriend is huge into football. So football is constantly talked about whenever we have family gatherings. But I have no idea. I went and saw my nephew play football. I was trying to watch. I didn't know what the hell was going on. They were going this way, and I thought they were winning or doing a good thing, but they were actually losing. I don't know. So I do apologize for that. It does sound like he was too young. That's really quite sad. But thanks for clearing that up, because I wasn't sure who you were talking about. Turner, barely knew her. Come on, Michael. Get your head out of the gutter. Brad Kosky, the Rifleman, log. Oh, yeah, I've seen that, Brad. That's a great one. I saw a picture of that one. I think someone was selling a good copy of that. Maybe it was Elite Comics had that for sale on Instagram. I saw that just like yesterday, the day before. Yes, Black Bolt first appearance at Fantastic Four something. Exactly. Daniel, you asked which Turner passed away. Daniel M., comic artist, Fathom 1. Oh! Thank you, Daniel. See, I didn't even know that either. When was this? When did that happen? I think I heard about that. All right. Down to the last 4, my friends. Last 4 books. Here we go. Not a bad grade for a Fantastic Four at 67. These books have come down, man, in value. You can pick them up for a song. And I'm going to tell you guys, like the Black Bolt book, for example, it has come down in value. The 4.0 I have is worth around 260 or 70 Canadian for a 4.0. So that means if I double that, I could probably, double the money I put in, I could probably get close to an 8. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get it as high. All these FF books that have come down, if you're going to pick one up, if you're doing it for a run, that's one thing. But if you're doing it for investment, try to get as high a grade as you can. Well, you can afford, of course, because the prices are very reasonable right now. We got a Hulk 102 and a 5.5. We got a Silver Surfer number 3 and a 5.5 as well. And, a nice classic Batman cover right here. Nice clean copy. Batman 251 and a 4.5. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that Detective Comics 27, the coverless one I posted. And you probably also saw the Batman number 1 that I posted. Well, the owner of those 2 books brought them into just, we're in talks. We're just talking about the books and his options and whatever. He also brought in a copy of this book. Oh my Lord. Beautiful high-grade copy, as well as a 232 First Ra's al Ghul. Gorgeous copy. Probably 9.4, 9.6 contenders. I don't think they'd be 9.8s, but they're gonna be up there. Founder of Aspen Comics. Okay, I don't know. I'm totally out to lunch. Just on the Marvels trailer, what about it? Looks awful. I'll talk to you about that in a second. All right, we're gonna go there now, I guess. Okay, I might go see the Marvels to see if X-Men make a cameo. Well, interesting you say that. Bad Ombre says, was it the Iron Man appearance that is the big deal? That spells desperation to bring back a past character that was popular because their current content is awful. Left a review too, Dave House. Almost had it. Oh, thanks, Dave. You guys are awesome. Almost at 100. Awesome. Thank you. Michael says, I thought the Iron Man and Captain America appearance were flashbacks from other movies. Was I wrong? MSU has gotten pretty trashy, honestly. Okay. Look at everything you guys are saying. What Michael said, the whole desperation thing, 100% agree. If you go back and watch, trailer number 1, trailer number 2, trailer number 3, and then this most recent trailer, out of focus there. There we go. Wow. Kamala Khan is probably the most annoying character ever. And she is so whiny and irritating. And what's funny, if you watch the trailer you just watched, Bad Ombre, she's in it, but she doesn't open her mouth. You just see her, but she doesn't speak. So obviously they've had feedback from people saying how irritating that character actually is. Okay, here's the thing. Now, again, what I'm about to say probably will not happen. I've said since the time that, and a lot of critics and pundits have said that once Tony Stark died and Captain America left, I always believe they're going to bring those characters back in some way, shape, or form. I think the way they've handled Phase 4 has been a big muddled mess, and they know that the popularity is waning. Could they, hear me out, could they have done something in the back end to somehow bring back those, the Chris Evans character, Captain America, and the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man? Could they have done this? And the only reason I say this is at the end of that trailer, you hear Nick Fury say, "Are they here?" And you see a flash, almost like I'm not sure, just a flash of light, and then you hear the dun 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 dun. You hear the Avengers music in there. And I'm thinking, are they that desperate now that they're going to somehow strong arm or kind of shove in, Cap or Iron Man into this movie to kind of finally revitalize this franchise, which is waning, which is bad. I heard that the pre-sales are terrible. And you're right, to bring back, you're right, by the way, they were flashbacks from previous movies, Endgame, Captain America, and Iron Man. They brought these flashbacks in, but why was that enough to bring people to the theater? And if Robert Downey and Chris Evans or any other OG characters were in this movie, could they have kept it secret for this long? And would they have wanted to keep it secret for this long, knowing that no one wants to see the Marvels? It's bad. So I don't know. I thought it was just an interesting final trailer that they had to lean so heavily on nostalgia and other successful films over this one. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you, I did not want to see this movie. When I saw this trailer today, I was like, okay, maybe I will go see it. Did they sucker me? Am I being suckered into going to see this movie? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm hopeful. I tell you, I do miss how popular these movies were. I miss getting excited to go and see, Infinity War or Endgame or the last good one, which was Spider-Man No Way Home. I miss the excitement of going to the theater with my family and seeing these movies and leaving satisfied. Because I haven't left satisfied since then. Every time I've gone to one of these friggin' movies, it's bad. And these TV shows, I don't even watch them anymore. I watched one episode of Loki and I'm done. Done. I tapped out. I'm finished. So I don't know. And I know I'm not alone. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. So what do you think? Do you think there's a chance that Tony Stark or Captain America could actually appear in the Marvels? Could they have shoehorned them in somehow? Maybe in an end credit scene? I don't know. And now they're pushing that whole multiverse thing, the two Earths colliding. Who said something about X-Men over there? It was, who mentioned the X-Men there? Someone mentioned X-Men. Who was it? Was it Sam? No. I'm not sure who said it, but someone mentioned the X-Men. Could it be? Now, I think when Endgame ended, they should have ended it. That was it. The story's over. Why beat a dead horse with new characters that no one gives a shit about? End it. And after that Spider-Man thing with the whole incursions and the whole multiverse thing, then just kind of segue away from this universe's version of the MCU and move to a new one. And either, if these actors wanted to come back and continue with these characters for, say, 5 pictures or 10 pictures, contract them and bring them in. If not, hire new actors to play Iron Man. Hire new actors to play, Scarlet Witch, whatever. And if some of them want to stay on, so be it. But shift to a different universe with a new threat, with new problems, whatever. That way, what they created, that phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, and let's be honest, when phase 3 was going at full steam, it was friggin' amazing, man. They were really, really good. Even the shittiest of them all were good. But phase 4, what a disappointment. What an absolute disappointment. Let's see what you guys are saying. The Marvels trailer. Dan asked about the Batman #1. The Batman #1 is a resto book. People are thinking it's original. It's a resto book. Not sure how extensive the restoration is on it. The owner seems to think it's a lot. I think the book will probably come back a 4.5 to a 5.5. But resto. Yeah. Still a $35,000 to $45,000 book. Any way you look at it. US, by the way. Brad says the MCU has gotten pretty trashy, honestly, and it's a real shame. Dan says, what grade? Okay, we did that already. Sam says, saw the Marvels trailer. It was okay. I think the problem is they are trying to capture magic of early Marvel movies. It was lightning in a bottle, never to be recreated. Yes, I agree with it was lightning in a bottle, but I disagree that we can't get back there again. I think you could. It's just they really took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, right? They started going for quantity more than quality. And they put a lot of pressure on Feige, to Kevin Feige to do everything, and that's only so much a person could do. Those TV shows were trash; they were terrible. They shouldn't have bothered. Like, who wants half these movies? Who of you? We got 36 people here. Who of you want to see? Now, be honest. I don't. If you do, God bless you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Who wants to see the Agatha? Who wants an Agatha series? I could tell you, I have no interest in seeing an Agatha TV series. Who the hell wants that? Whose bright idea was that? Even Echo. Who wanted who the hell wants an Ironheart movie? Like, who wants this? Like, who do they think? I don't get it. I don't know who's working there or who's assessing the wants of their audiences, but they're way out to left field in this one. They have no clue. Bad Hombre says they are pushing all those woke. That's the problem. Bad Hombre, you're 100% right. It's politics. Politics over quality storytelling. And that's the problem. People are sick and tired of it being shoved down their throats. I know I am. Brad says, agree on the woke and politics, and Thanos was horrible. You thought Thanos was horrible? I thought Thanos was quite good as a villain. Loki season 2 finale, I don't even know. Did it even air? I have no idea. And of course, Khan has to be the one Canadian actress, and she's so annoying. Is she Canadian? Yeah, she's terrible, man. I can't stand her face. Sorry, I can't stand her. I can't. As soon as I saw, I can't stand her energy. I just can't stand her. Give her a whole show? Are you crazy? No thanks. Bad Hombre. The last MCU movie I saw was Endgame. Then the last Spidey movie was all 3 Spideys in it. Not interested in watching anymore. Bad Hombre. That was the last good one they did. I really enjoyed that Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought it was a lot of fun. And then after that, they just missed the mark every time. You're right. Review left. Oh, Robert. Thank you, pal. Okay, I've got to be close now. Thank you. Danny says, I miss wanting to rewatch MCU movies. Haven't rewatched any of the last few MCU movies they made. One view and I'm done. Dan, I am with you 100%, man. I walk out and it's like, you know what? It reminds me of going to see, and maybe you guys can remember this, going to see The Phantom Menace. Remember The Phantom Menace when it came out? It was 97 or whatever it came out. Was it 97, 98? I forget. So excited to finally be getting a Star Wars movie back. George Lucas back at the helm. So excited to see it. And I went and saw it. And I didn't love it. But I pretended I loved it. Does that make sense? I pretended I loved it. You know? As soon as those aliens at the beginning started talking with, like, you know, that weird accent. Oh, is it legal? You know, that whole awful accent thing. And then Jar Jar, of course. And you know, there were some good points that, like, I love Liam Neeson, and I love, you know, Ewan McGregor and other characters I really cared. Hated Jake Lloyd as Anakin Skywalker. Hated that he was a kid. Hated a lot of the aliens in the show, and even the pod race where everyone was talking. I didn't even like the pod race. I just thought it was a waste of time. But anyways, I left the theater. I'm a Star Wars fan, therefore I love this movie. And then I went back and watched like 2 or 3 more times. And every time I watched, I hated it more and more and more. And this is kind of what's happening with these MCU movies. You go and you want to love them, you want to enjoy it. Like, part of me wants to go and see the Marvels on Thursday. I probably will go on Thursday. I already told my son we're probably going to go. I think Napur wants to go too because she's a hard time getting to the theater. So we're going to take Napur to the movies to watch this. And I hope it's fantastic. I hope we prove Bad Hombre wrong and myself wrong, that it's fantastic. It's a must-see movie, and that the following week it just blows all box office records for a movie in its second week. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bad Hombre is probably right, and I'm probably right. It's going to be absolute garbage. But I hope, you know, and I was doing that. Everyone I would see, I was hoping. And every time I get that Doctor Strange, what a letdown that was. I was so upset. Oh, and Thor, the Thor Love and Thunder, garbage. Just those freaking goats. Okay, it was funny for the first time they made that noise, and then just going back to that one trick joke, it was terrible. Taika Waititi, what the I almost said a bad word there. What the hell were you thinking, man? Ragnarok I loved. Love and Thunder shite. Again, back to politics again, right? Gender swapping bullshit politics. Let's make the big blonde white guy stupid, right? He's the lead of the movie. The Thor. It's called Thor. Let's make him a moron. You know, it was terrible. It was very, very bad. And so after that, and then the TV shows have been just She-Hulk garbage. It's just, you know what I mean? It's all crap. Brian says, Valkyrie was also the trailer, and in true Norse mythology, Valkyries decided the fate of the warriors in battle and transported them, and maybe from, Valhalla. Yes, I saw her in that too. Somebody, again, people are talking about other appearances. Could it be Thor? Could it be an alternate universe's Thor? An alternate universe's, Asgard? Who knows? Something's going to happen. Does the Valkyrie play into Kevin's hypothesis? Hope not. Sorry, Kev. Yeah, I don't know. If you know what Monica Rambeau is talking about, the universes colliding, maybe that means that these two worlds are going to be they're going to merge somehow, and if they merge, maybe the Thanos from that universe is going to be back. This villain is a daughter of Thanos. She is a what do you call it? She's got the same hammer that what's his name had in the Guardians movie with one of the Power Stones, right? So Is she from another dimension, a different universe? We don't know. But could they collide? And if they do collide, could that not bring the X-Men into the universe too? There's all these people mention the X-Men. These two worlds could collide. I just think they should have shifted to a new universe altogether with brand new characters. I also heard that we may actually see Shang-Chi in this one as well, actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is one of the surprise guest appearances. We'll see. I just don't like guest appearances that are just that. I don't want to see someone jump in and say hi and then leave like they did in Doctor Strange. I'll tell you, Bad Hombre mentioned the Spider-Man 3 No Way Home. What I appreciated about that movie is, you had Andrew Garfield come back, you had Tobey Maguire come back, and you had all those villains come back for all the different movies, and they weren't just one-trick ponies. They were in the movie. They were significant parts of the movie, especially the different Spider-Men, and that's why I love that movie. I had so much fun at that movie. Was it the best thing I ever saw? No, but it was hell lot of fun, man. I was smiling in that movie, and I was really enjoying myself, and to see Tobey and Andrew together, and to have their themes come through with them, it was nostalgic, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and because they were a significant part of the plot line. Whereas in the Doctor Strange movie, you had Professor X walk, roll out, and you had Fantastic come in, who Krasinski everybody wanted, and they killed him off in 2 seconds. They had no real significant part. Meanwhile, they give Doctor Strange's girlfriend, who no one gives a shit about, so much airtime. Get her out of there, and give us some of the. It was very frustrating. Dave House says, the movie is some bad gimmick to put all the Marvels into a movie. No one liked gimmicks. LOL. The first Cap Marvel only made a $1 billion because of how Infinity War ended with everyone. You're right. The last Captain Marvel movie came out. It was like you were saying. They were firing. It's just like Sam was saying. They were firing on all cylinders. It was magic in a bottle, and every Marvel movie that was coming out was getting $1 billion. $1 billion. They were just handing out billion. And so it did very well. But yeah, you're right. She was not liked as the character. The movie was okay. Again, gender swapping in that movie too. Taking Marvel and making Marvel Annette Bening. Well, what was the purpose of that? Why would you have to make a classic Marvel character, a very important Marvel character? Let's make him a female. Like, again, why? Anyways, just very frustrating. And I really think all this politicking in movies has to stop. And I think Disney they're figuring it out. Look what's I love what's happening with the with the Snow White. All the backlash they've gotten with that's been great. And then I love that the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's company, decided to put out a real traditional Snow White movie, probably around the same time as Disney's release. But this one's not going to be full of political nonsense. It's just the true Snow White story as it's supposed to be told, not changed for modern audiences. Baloney. It's just give me a break. Dave House is getting dusted, and Nick Fury trying to contact her. Yeah, who's Agatha? Who's Echo? Thank you. Very good, Bad Hombre. Very good. And I'm not even going to bother telling you. All I'm going to say is they sprouted out of some of those Disney Plus TV shows that suck. Agreed. They're pumping out a lot of crap series and content. Frank says, what's up, Kev? How you doing, Frank? How are you? Dave says, it's pandering. It is. What's happened to the Detective Comics 27? It is, the Detective Comics 27 and those books that I posted, there's more actually too. It's a local owner, collector, has these really valuable and highly sought after bat books, and he's not sure how to potentially sell them. So I'm going to help him kind of navigate that. He was debating whether or not to do auction or sell privately. I can tell you right now, I've had several collectors from all around North America contact me on both those books. So he has options. He doesn't really even need to auction these books off. He can sell them direct to somebody tomorrow if he wanted to. So he needs to just decide what he wants to do. He may actually just keep the 20. He's kind of on the fence about selling the 27. He actually may just keep it. He knows it's an investment book. Even with no cover on that book, it's still worth over $100,000. So that book's not going down in value, but the Batman one, which has a resto on it, and a couple of the other ones that I did not post pictures of, I decided not to post any more pictures because people are just asking me all the time, how much do you want? How much do you want? I don't know yet. So we're just waiting to find out. So I'll post stuff on there. Arun is here. Marvel and Disney both completely dissed the Hulk, and the ignorance spelt the end of the MCU. Arun, 100%. Hulk is one of their best characters, and they totally dissed him. I agree with you 100%. They had the She-Hulk job him, first of all, in that shitty series, and then in Endgame, they minimized his power, and it was really disheartening. Part of the Hulk's appeal, you know what the Hulk is the best? Thor Ragnarok, man. I loved him in Thor Ragnarok, and the Avengers, obviously. But Thor Ragnarok, when he jumps out of that, when Bruce Banner jumps off the ship and hits that rainbow bridge, and he's sitting there all contorted, and the wolf, the giant dire wolf, is going to kill the Asgardians, and then the Hulk grabs it and he fights this friggin' monster, or he attacks Surtur, right? That's the Hulk we all want. Why would they neuter the Hulk like that? So stupid. He is, to me, it's Hulk and Spider-Man. They've always were the two most popular characters that I loved growing up. And they're the ones with the TV shows, with the cartoons. Everyone loves them. Why would you job the Hulk? I don't know. You're 100% right with that one. Dave says, it sounds like a bunch of Star Wars fans fighting over prequels and sequels. Darth Maul 100. Ronan. Thank you, Ronan. Appreciate it. You're right, Dave. Don't get me started on Star Wars, brother. I actually have a which I haven't even done one video for. I have a playlist called Star Wars Straight Talk that I've been wanting to do, where we can go there and bitch and complain and also celebrate Star Wars, because there's a lot of goods. Look, even the Star Wars are putting out now. Like, I saw Ahsoka. I didn't care for it, but there were a lot of good things about Ahsoka. I thought the series sucked, but there were a lot of good things about Ahsoka. There's still some good stuff to celebrate there. And I'm going to do that because I deep down, I'm a Star Wars fan. And if it wasn't for Star Wars, I'll tell you, I would not even be here talking to you right now. Star Wars just put me into the whole world of fandom. It was Star Wars first, comics second. That's how it always was for me. So I love to talk about that stuff. A lot of complaining, though. You're right. You're right, Dave. Dan says, when the unseen character stands up at the end of the Marvel's trailer, maybe Storm, there's a big X on the computer screen behind them. Hopefully that means X-Men. Someone else examined that scene, and they think it's just an alternate version of Monica Rambeau, or Monica's mother from a different universe. So, you see, I don't like to get too excited like that, Dan, because I'm always let down. I'm always let down with these friggin' things. You come up with these great theories, and they let them down. I thought, going way back, that I thought that Scarlet Witch was the key to bring the X-Men in, with the whole House of M. Let there be no more mutants. And I always said, well, what if she already said that? And we just never heard her say that. Maybe she said that before the Avengers movie even took place. Maybe the X-Men have been around for years and years and years. And all mutants have been around for years and years and years. And prior to the Avengers movie even happening, she said, no more mutants. Right? And then she brings them back. And then they're back. And that explains why they've been absent, why they're not around. Right? But anyways, they don't listen to me. Kevin Feige doesn't call me. He should. But he doesn't. Sam, holy crap, 3 YouTube commercial interruptions. Really? Well, I've been going for how long? Over an hour. I think it's every half an hour they do that, Sam. Sorry. Are they long? Are they 15 seconds? I can change those, I think. I can change those. Brad says, it's X-Men or bust for MCU. Isn't that scary, though? Isn't it scary? But you're right. It's like the X-Men. It's almost like they should have just put a rest on after Endgame ended. Just stop it, and just shift. They didn't have the X-Men rights yet, I don't think, at that point. But they should have just kind of waited and bided their time and just kind of came back with the X-Men and then do crossovers later and all that kind of stuff. But whatever. Tech27 and Batman went crazy books. I won't be submitting an offer. Can't sell enough kidneys. Tell me about it, Brian. Although I am very interested in that Batman #1 myself, I'm not going to do it. I know I'm not. There was a 5.0 for sale locally, also a Resto book. A dealer had one that I was contemplating, but I decided against it. Just get some from someone else. Dave says Babylon Skull, rest in peace. Babylon Skull, rest in peace. I'm not following you. Okay, I'll have a good night. Bet Ombre, take care, my friend. I'm taking off too. 4 now, but that's very short. Okay, that's good. Dave, they cut in when you're dropping your wisdom on us. and it just jumps back in, or does it actually continue where I left off? I'm curious. I'm not sure about that. Great show tonight, Doc. Can't wait for Tuesday. Guys, thank you so much. I am taking off now, too. Going to go chill out and watch some TV. Listen, guys, thanks so much for popping by. Again, if you're in the Toronto area, in the Oshawa area on Saturday, come on by the shop. Like I said, Matt's going to be there from Comic Link, taking your comics for auction at Comic Link. If you have any, and if you just have some questions for Matt, come on by and ask those questions. Again, I'll be there taking submissions on Saturday as well for pressing and CGC grading. Napur and Charlo will be there as well upstairs at the Comic Loft, and I'm trying to bring in some more toys and goodies. Also, I have comic supplies in stock as well, so if you are in the need for some really awesome 56-point boards or bags or whatever, I have them in stock. Come on by and see me, guys. Have a fantastic night. If you haven't done so already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, the like button, and hit that notification bell, because next Tuesday I will be back with another video. Until then, my friends, take care. Have a great night. Bye for now.